guys, our sweet baby boy is here and I am in his nursery. So insane. He is 1 month old today, so I thought I wanted to do his birth story. Such a whirlwind because he did come 3 weeks early at 37 weeks, so we just like weren't expecting it. When they tell you to pack your hospital bags at the 36-week appointment, I was like, no, like we have time. All of my friends had been induced. Like I just assumed I was going the full 41 weeks, and with a big baby, like why would I have a small baby? So that being said, here we are. Literally would have been his due date a week ago, and we have a 1 month old. So crazy, crazy, crazy. So this is your sign to pack those hospital bags when they tell you to. Now when I see moms or like people that are pregnant, I'm like, seriously, it's amazing. Like I'm just bowing down to you because it is the stuff that you go through is insane. And now all this postpartum, like it's just insane to me. Like you're recovering, you're taking care of a new child, your body's different, you're like just like so many changes all at once, and it's a lot. Hour, day by day, minute by minute, and you can do it. So let's get into the birth story, and I just wanted to kind of like recap it because I'm like, we filmed some stuff, but then the day just like flew by, like totally unexpected. We had like some medical stuff that like I had to get taken care of, so that was like our main priority. So I'm like, the filming was kind of like the wayside. Like when I see all these cute videos, I was like, oh, why didn't we do that? And I'm like, oh, because my face was really swollen, or I had super high blood pressure, or whatever. Like it's just like that wasn't a priority. But I'm so glad we were able to document the videos that we do have just to remember the day, because I never want to forget. And so I'm like, our sweet baby boy is here and we just love him so much. June 3rd, 2025, I thought that my water broke at 5:15 in the morning. I was laying in bed, sound asleep. I had a dream I was going to the grocery store that day, and like I was standing in front of the meat counter and my water broke like in the grocery store, and that's what like made me wake up. And I kid you not, I wake up, stand up, and I'm like, what is this gush that I'm feeling? And I had just talked on the phone with my best friend the day before, and I was like, oh my god, like what if my water broke? Like I'm walking a ton today, like it's just gonna be crazy. And sure enough, I'm like, my water broke, like it literally broke. And it didn't. It ended up just being like the mucus thing, but it was a lot of fluid. So they were like, you know, you should just come in. I was on day 3 hair wash day, hadn't showered, like hadn't washed my hair. And so I was like, I need to jump in the shower. I have to finish packing. It was like tripods, like a few clothes. So I was like throwing things in. We hadn't put the car seat in the car yet. We had like put it together. So Jake's throwing in the car. He's throwing his clothes in the car. He's like changing his clothes because we were just so stressed. And then we end up having my parents come over. They get our dog. And then I'm like, wait, I want to eat eggs because they say you can't eat in the hospital. I wanted to have something like protein wise and like something healthy. So then I end up having eggs. My mom's like freaking out that we're like in no rush to go to the hospital, where I'm like, okay, we're gonna get there. I just feel like people are hanging out all the time in the hospital, and like I don't want to be hanging out. I want to like labor at home. And I was feeling somewhat contractions, but like I still wasn't really sure. And then they started to pick up. So I was like, oh my god, we need to go. So finally get ready. I'm like waddling around because I'm like not sure what's coming out of me at this point. So I'm waddling around, getting her stuff, going back upstairs, making sure I have everything, taking last minute bump pictures, all the things. We get in the car, we head to the hospital. I'm like, oh my god, when they say you're gonna know you're in labor, you know you're in labor. Because I was like, oh, I feel like I'm having a period cramp, but like times 100. So I was like, Jake, step on it. Like we are heading to the hospital. Like I need you to drive faster. He's like, okay. So he was stressed because the whole morning was stressful and like we weren't expecting it. And it was a Tuesday, so it was just like middle of the work week. I had stuff for work, he had stuff for work, and we were just like, oh my god, this is happening. Like, it's happening. So we pull into the hospital, and it's roughly like 8 a.m. when we like actually get checked in. I knew my OB was on PTO that week, which was like such a bummer because I had my OB appointment scheduled for the next day, and they ended up having to switch OBs because mine ended up needing to be on PTO. So I knew she was gonna be gone, and she was there finishing her last shift for like the night to the morning when we got there. So I got to like give her a hug. She was like, you're gonna be great, it'll be fine. And I'm like, what is happening? I'm freaking out when they're like checking me into triage. Then I hear this girl go, Becca, and I'm like, who knows me? And Elmhurst Hospital, what is happening? So when I used to work at Nordstrom, it was someone that I had helped before, and she ended up being our nurse in the hospital, and it was just like so amazing. Like, she was just the most amazing and special person. And like, those labor and delivery nurses, hold them close to your heart. Hold anyone that helps you through that process. And like postpartum, like, they're changing your ice packs, they're doing all the things. They are with you, and like, you will never forget them. Like, but it just makes me want to cry, because I'm like, everyone was just so nice, and I'm like seriously so emotional, because I'm like, we're postpartum, hormones, all the things, but I'm like, everyone was so beyond amazing at our hospital. The level beyond care that they went to for Jake and I, it was just like mind-blowing. So amazing. So we literally then get checked into triage. Everything's going great. I ended up being like 4 centimeters dilated already, which is insane, because I was like having contractions. He was super low. I was 90% effaced. Like, he could have came if I was like 10 centimeters already. He was that low, like, because he was like already that low. So I'm like, okay, like, this is crazy. I'm like, are they keeping me? Are they gonna send me home? Like, what's the deal? So then they decided to check my blood pressure, and the blood pressure ended up being not great, and they had actually, it had been fine like the entire pregnancy. Everything had been low, normal, all the things. They decided to take my blood pressure. It is skyrocketed, super high. I'm like not really thinking anything of it, because I'm like, maybe it's just because I'm anxious. I'm super anxious, afraid of hospitals. Never have had an IV before, never have had an epidural, never been in the hospital. So I'm terrified even just to like step foot in a hospital. So I was like, okay, if I get through the IV, then the next thing I can like mentally get through is the epidural. So my nurse had a great plan. Like, we did an ultrasound on my arm just to make sure it was going into like a good vein. We did it up here. My sister ended up having hers here, and she had so much pain, and like it was so swollen. So I was like, okay, this is great. Like, it's gonna be here, it'll be more comfortable. It was fine. Like, I didn't have any pain, where like a lot of people say the IV is the worst part, and the IV didn't cause me any pain, which was amazing. So I had a great experience with that. Then, because I had the super high blood pressure, I had to start on magnesium. If you've been on magnesium, oh my gosh, I do not wish this upon anyone. It was so rough. Like, the first 20 to 30 minutes, they say, is the worst, because you get a ton of it all at once. So like, your body just feels like it's overheating. It's just like bad. And this is like to prevent any like neuro damage from the high blood pressure, which, so it doesn't actually like bring your blood pressure down, but it like prevents any neuro issues. So knowing that, then I was like, okay, like, I just gotta like get through it. And then I was like, okay, if I get through 20 minutes, then it'll be over. Okay, really wasn't too bad. I was chewing my gum, like I could do that. The only negative, to get the magnesium, you also have to get a catheter. And so they were like, you should probably do the epidural before you get the catheter. I would just recommend it. And I'm like, oh my God, you're right. I'm definitely gonna do that. So probably wouldn't have gotten the epidural as early. Yes, I was in pain from the contractions, but it wasn't like miserable. So we're in triage, we start the magnesium, go over to the labor and delivery room, and that's when I got my catheter and my epidural. So we're like going through all the things. Epidural was completely fine. I was so nervous, but you like sit there, you hold the nurse, you're like gripping her, because you're just like, I'm so nervous. And like, they make the husband, well, at least in our situation, like Jake had to leave the room. He wasn't allowed to be in the room when they were doing the epidural. And then he went down, got like our delivery like baskets for our nurses. And so that was like a perfect time for him to go and do that and come back. So that worked out great, because I was like, I don't want to bring everything into the hospital. Like, we don't even know if we're staying. So he brought that back. And then the magnesium, like, it was fine, because I was just like working on adrenaline. I was like, okay, I can get through this. It was all fine the first 30 minutes. And then I didn't feel great. My face was starting to swell a little bit, but like, it was fine. It was just adrenaline of like, oh my God, this is happening. I'm going into labor. Like, baby is coming today. And then they checked me. They had started me on like a super low dose of Pitocin. Went from a 4 to an 8 in 45 minutes, super quick. And then I was like, wait, I want to like curl my hair a little bit. I want to do my makeup. And then all of a sudden I was at a 10, and they're like, okay, you're ready to push. And I'm like, okay, I thought I'd be hanging out. I thought I would have time. Like, I didn't even get to really enjoy the epidural, because it was just like, all of a sudden, like, I was just so busy, and like all of a sudden it was ready to push. So it was so crazy to me. I pushed for an hour and a half. Rowan David Hildenbrand made his appearance at 6:02 p.m. on June 3rd, 2025. He was 7 pounds exactly, and he was 19 inches long. So our sweet little babe, he made it here safely. I was still like in shock that this was happening. The epidural worked, but like I felt a lot of pressure still. So hindsight, I would have had them like come back and like fix it or do it lower. I just like didn't really know what to expect. Unfortunately, I did tear quite badly. They call it like a 3rd-degree tear, and like you wouldn't think I would because he was so small, but he came out like this practically. I don't know if he had both up or just one up. Wasn't expecting that, but however, the baby has to come out. Like, it has to come out regardless. And talking to my friends, everyone tears. It's just like how bad. So unfortunately, I did tear very badly. So that was like a downside. But then I thought like the magnesium would be done, catheter would be out, I could up and like move around. So I ended up having to stay in the labor and delivery room for quite a while to like be monitored. Then when I moved to the postpartum room, I still had to be on magnesium. I had to be on magnesium 24 hours after delivery. So from 6:02 p.m. on Tuesday to 6:02 p.m. on Wednesday, I literally was still on magnesium. So that was so insane to me. And I wasn't able to get up, move around, any of that. So I'm like, oh, it was just like such a bummer. And then the rest of like the hospital got better. It was just like such a blur in that moment. And Jake was like having to do everything and get up and like be taught how to like feed him, change the diaper from all these sweet nurses. So it just was like a really crazy experience. And I'm just glad that like my blood pressure started to like level off a little bit. I had to go home with blood pressure medicine. We were in the hospital from Tuesday until Friday so I could be monitored. But overall, we had this crazy experience, and our little babe is here, and I'm just so excited to share him because he is just the best, and we just love him so much. So I'm like, I can't believe he's already a month old, and it's just so crazy to me. So I'm just really excited to share our birth story because I love hearing them, and I just feel like it's such a whirlwind of life. But yeah, it's so insane and so special, but we're so happy he is here. So it's June 3rd. What time is it? 5:45 in the morning. I have to shower. I was an idiot and walked way too much yesterday. I know it. And I did some extensive curb walking. Extensive. Like I was on the high curbs.
How many miles?
And
She told me she walked 10,000 steps and it was like noon.
Yeah, I was laying in bed this morning.
We were cruising yesterday.
And my water broke. Most likely. I didn't know.
We're going to the hospital.
We're headed to the hospital.
We're going for confirmation.
But I do have time to shower, so
yeah.
we're gonna shower. And I'm like packing because I'm an idiot and didn't pack. Oh my god.
I've tried on 4 different hoodies.
Oh my god.
I don't know what to wear.
Oh my god. This is so stressful.
Oh yeah.
This is so stressful. 6:15, my water broke this morning, and I called and they said to come in. So I'm gonna shower. So we're still packing, and I can't tell if he's moving or it's just contracting. I don't know. It was too much tea. I had tea yesterday, babe. All right, we're all packed up, headed to the hospital. Cool. Wasn't the vision. We're headed to the hospital, and Usher literally is coming on right now. Like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
This is like the most chaotic morning. I like have no words. I cannot believe this is happening today.
Our life is now going to be chaotic. I can't wait.
This is so bad. I'm feeling it in my back a little bit. I did have time to shower, so that's good. 7:21. We went from like 5:30 in the morning until now. I showered, packed, because when they say pack your bags, they're really not joking. And I just assumed I'd be getting induced, like in 3 weeks.
39 weeks.
So here we are 37 weeks headed to the hospital.
3 weeks early, baby.
Well, guys coming. I'm pulling in. This is hilarious. Contractions have started. This is not ideal. I like that I'm wearing sunglasses. Hospital.
Here we go.
Contractions have started. Water's broken. I think it's at 7:30ish.
7:30 in the morning.
7:30. Here we go. June 3rd. feel like I'm going to a hotel, but I'm not. Brain triage. This is crazy. 4 centimeters dilated. It's 8:12 in the morning on June 3rd.
It's an exciting time.
My
I know
OB
it.
is leaving, but we love the other one, so who knows when baby's coming.
It was
And
nice you got to see her.
Yeah,
Kind
it
of
was
walk
really
in
good
and
to
saw her
see her,
OB, which
so-
was really, really
and
nice
it,
to
like,
see a
calmed the
familiar
nerves.
face.
Yeah, calm the nerves. These are actually kind of cute gowns. They're actually very comfortable. And I guess his head is very low. That like,
Very low,
if
like
my cervix
could
is
start
dilated,
pushing.
I can start pushing. And I'm like, was the curve
Yes.
walking? Was the curve
It's probably the curve walking.
Lord knows the words we never heard.
On magnesium for high
Mom's
blood
doing
pressure.
good.
We're surviving.
Got your
The
gum
first 20
in,
minutes.
plenty of
and
water.
Warm. And my face looks swollen, but it's really good.
It's just like sitting in the Florida sun. That's what we're dreaming about. Epidural's in, she's feeling okay. We're progressing. She's doing good. A little bit at a time. There she is. Can't wait to meet our little guy. 1:10 in the afternoon. June 3rd, delivery day.
Like Taylor Swift.
Got Taylor Swift
The
going.
peanut ball, they just broke my water.
Yeah, Mom's doing good. She's doing good.
Oh, I love this song.
We're making it through. How you feeling?
I kind of have a headache, but I'm feeling good. Just with the peanut ball.
Yeah. You're doing good.
We're like 5 centimeters dilated. It's 1:30. It's 1:28. I'm gonna try and rest a little bit.
Little nap. Get some energy back
And the
in.
peanut ball.
She's doing really good.
Finger's stuck.
How we doing, Mama?
We're doing it. Okay. I need.
What do you need?
I probably need to move it. I'm not capable of putting makeup on like this, really. I'd be worse. Just over here doing a quick glamp. Just really, I can't even like do my makeup. I'm so stressed.
You're doing great.
I'm
You
so
go,
stressed.
Mom. You got it, okay.
I don't know how we're gonna direct this, but we're doing it. Okay, this is gonna. Can you?
You don't want anything else?
No, I just need to look in it and see. I think I'm too stressed. It was in this. Alright, we're 8 centimeters dilated. Let's see. 253. Here we are. Got my
Going
water.
good.
And I was in the middle of doing my makeup. He's gonna grab my hair curler really quick. And we're doing it. Crazy.
You're so
We're having a baby. Oh my god, I'm here!
You did it!
We got our baby. He's here, our little babe. Little
You had a little nug.
Oh,
Look at him. He's a cute one.
You made a good one.
Yeah.
Yep, and you're going home, Alfred. You're going home, little guy. For watching today's video. I'm so excited just to kind of like do a recap of everything because I'm like, everything was just so special. Everything went as best as it could have. Obviously I wasn't expecting the preeclampsia with the magnesium. However, we did it. We survived. We made it through, and that's all that matters. Baby's here. I'm healthy. He's healthy. We're recovering. We're feeling more like a human every day. I got my hair colored. We're just like in a better spot all around.